Callum Matheson, caddy for Mark Warren. Tom Lewis, Richard T. Lee, Ashley Chesters, Jino Choi, David Horsey, David Lipsky, Benjamin Polk, Julian Surrey, to name a few. I could keep going. I'm close mates with Tom Lewis, and back in 2014, I think it was, I was working an office job in London, which I didn't really enjoy. And towards the back end of the year, Tom asked if I'd be interested in filling in for his caddy for 2 weeks in Hong Kong and Australia. So I took 2 weeks holiday to go and help him out. And I just remember stood at the back of one of the greens in Perth that second week, sort of thinking, I've taken 2 weeks holiday to do this and it's incredible. I wouldn't want to be doing anything else. So finished those 2 weeks, and the following year just decided that caddying was what I wanted to do and just threw myself at it. Unfortunately, I've not had a win yet out here, because that would definitely be my answer to this question, as it's fresh in my mind. Finishing 5th a couple of weeks ago in Abu Dhabi. It was pretty cool. Great start to the season, lots of race to Dubai points and a nice check to start the year off. I wouldn't say there's one particular moment that I can pinpoint as being the all-time low, but it certainly can get very depressing out here when you're away from home for weeks on end and you want to run and miss cuts. It can make you question whether you're in the right line of work. 7 weeks in a row, and then I had a week off after that, and then there was another 5. There's probably quite a healthy list of contenders for this question. We had a pretty sweaty Airbnb in Mauritius where there was no aircon, electricity kept turning off, and a considerable amount of cockroaches running about, so that was pretty gross. I had a bunk bed in a hostel in Kazakhstan 6 years ago that was just horrendous, but for the £13 that I paid for the week, you probably can't complain too much. But the absolute top dog would be 2 years ago, made in Denmark, sleeping in a tent on the side of the hill that kind of overlooks the 15th hole down there. It was freezing, blowing a hoolie all week and peeing it down with rain. So lying in my tent with about 4 layers on every night was just grim. Won't be doing that again. Never pulled one. All good. Caddying is a weird job because it is so normal to be sacked and see your colleagues sacked, and just the constant chopping and changing every week. And just the whole deal with getting a new job, starting working for somebody. There's no contracts in place really, it's just like a verbal agreement. Do you want to come and work for me? Yep, go for it, and away you go until such time as the player decides they've had enough of you, or vice versa on some occasions. So that's quite strange and rather unlike anything else that I've encountered.